Okay, so today for homework, you are going to do your page, which is going over mean, median, mode, and range, and also going over the line graph, circle graph, bar graph, and histogram, and also a pictograph. Okay, so there's 5 graphs that you're actually going to go over today. You're also going to go over the mean, median, mode, and range. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and do the first 2 problems with you. If you look on the page that has the 92, not on the bottom, so page 92, it says choose a graph that you could make to display the data for 1 through 6. Okay, write either bar graph, picture graph, circle graph, or histogram. Okay, so a bar graph, it shows the totals. Okay, a picture graph uses pictures to show totals. A circle graph shows percentages, and a histogram uses ranges. So it's a 1 to 5, and then it would give a bar, and the bars actually touch as well. Okay, so that the difference between a bar graph and a histogram is a histogram uses ranges, like 1 to 5, and then a bar graph just shows totals, and they would have one number at the bottom of each. Okay, so number 1, it says the number of people of various age ranges who visit the park last year. So it's the number of people using various age ranges, so it uses ranges, visiting the park last year. That would be a histogram. So go ahead and write histogram on the line for number 1. Number 2, it says a comparison of finish times for two different runners. So it's just comparing 2 different total finish times for 2 different runners. Okay, that would be a bar graph. Number 2 would be a bar graph. Okay, so if you want to go, you can go ahead and do 3 and 4 on your own. I would like you to look at number 5. It says, in the line plot shown, how many people own a dog? So it actually gives you the graph for number 5, and what you need to do is then count up how many people own a dog, and each X is 1 person. Okay? On the other side, it says for 6 and 7, you need to find the mean, median, mode, and range for each set of data. I'm going to go ahead and do number 6 with you. Okay, so number 6 has these numbers on it. It says 34, 41, 37, 29, 33, 35, and 43. Okay, so the first one, what I like to do, the very first thing, is put the numbers in order from least to greatest. So when I look at my data, I look, and the smallest one is 29. So I'm going to go ahead and put 29 down. Then the next one is 33. The next one is 34. The next one is 35. 37, 41, and 43. Okay, so here the numbers are in order from least to greatest: 29, 33, 34, 35, 37, 41, and 43. So if you want, you can have another sheet of paper, or you can try to do it on the side. There's not very much room. Maybe down at the bottom there's some room. Okay, so here are the numbers in order from least to greatest. Next thing, just like Miss Wilson says, is you need to make sure, count up on your paper, that you have the same amount of numbers that is on number 6 as you do on your separate sheet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? When we find the mean, we have to add up all the numbers and then divide by the number of numbers. Okay, so when I add up all the numbers, I add 29 plus 33 plus 34 plus 35 plus 37 plus 41 plus 43. Okay, and we'll do the same thing Miss Wilson did in class. Okay, she kind of made them close to the same amount of, close to 10, or numbers that might be easy to add. So if I add those two numbers, that would be 4. If I add those two numbers, that would be 12. If I add these two numbers, that would be 7, and then we have a 9. Okay, so what's 12 plus 4? That's 16. 9 plus 7 is also 16. So 16 plus 16, that would be 32. So I put a 3 up here and a 2 down here. Okay, and then I add up these. This is 5, 6, 6, and 8. Okay, so 6 and 6 is 12. 12 plus 8, well, that's 20 plus 5, 25. Okay, so we have 252 when we add up. Okay, once I add up, I'm going to take that 252, and I'm going to divide by the number of numbers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 numbers. 7 divided by 252. 7 goes into 2 how many times? It doesn't. 7 goes into 25 how many times? 7 goes into 25 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21. When I subtract that, I'd get a 4, and I'd bring down my 2. How many times does 7 go into 42? 6. 6 times 7 is 42. There's no remainder nor decimal, so our answer should be 36 for the mean. Okay, then for the median, I would take these numbers that I've had in order from least to greatest, and I would cross them off until I get to the middle. Okay, so 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Our median number should be 35. Okay, and then mode is looking at these numbers and seeing if any occur more than once, or the mode is the number that occurs the most, which is the most, and we do not have one, so we would write no mode. Do not put a 0, because 0 is an actual number. You need to write no mode. And then the very last one is the range, so we would take 29, or we take the biggest number minus the smallest number, I'm sorry. So we would take 43, and we subtract 29. Okay? This becomes a 13, this becomes a 3. 13 minus 9 is 4, 3 minus 2 is 1, our range would be 14. Okay, so I'm going to have you go ahead and do number 7 by yourself. If you look at number 8, it says the stem and leaf plot below shows daily high temperatures for the last 2 weeks. How many days were in the 60s? You need to look at the stem side and see where the 6 is and count how many numbers you have on the leaf side, and that can help you with your stem and leaf plot. On the back, again, you're going to have to find the mean, median, just the mean of number 4, and then you're just going to have to find the median for number 5. Number 6, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to, if each one of those trees is 2, which is what it says Hannah is drawing a picture, graph below to show the number of each type of tree in her backyard. There are 10 trees. Which picture should be drawn for the maple? Okay, so the oak shows that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then half of one, which mean only 1. So there'd be 5 on this one. And then the apple would be 1, 2, and 3, because there's only half. So you'd have to add up 5 plus 3, that's 8. So how many trees would you draw here for the maple if you needed a total of 10, and each tree is 2? Okay, and then you just pick A, B, C, or D. Okay, good luck on that, and I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday.